Anthony, I appreciate you coming by. All right, we're going to do a scenario. All you need to know is react to the screen just like it's real life. You're going to be pulling into your driveway. That's where we're starting.
Sounds good.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Hey. Looking for Bill. Is this where Bill lives? Bill's supposed to live around here. I was supposed to meet him.
Nope. I don't know who that is.
Get him money. He
I don't have any
needs some money. Man, I really need some money.
No, you need to get out of here.
Hey, I just need some money. You got some money? I really could use. Come on, man. Give me some. Give me.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's see where our hits landed, okay?
Sounds good.
So you don't need to react to this. We're just going to be going through the scenario as it played out before.
Heck yeah.
We'll see your shots.
This is where Bill lives. Bill's supposed to live around here. I was supposed to meet him. Hey, get him money. He was going to loan me some money. Man, I really need some money. Hey, I just need some money. You got some money? I really could use. Come on, man. Give me some money. Come on. Give me.
All right. First shot, great hit. That's center mass. That's what we're looking for. We'll talk a little bit more on whether this was a good, clean shoot or if it's not. We'll find that out here in a minute, right? Our second hit, center mass as well. All three of them hit. Good center mass, and I'm pretty sure that was your last one right there. So you fired 3 shots, all of them center mass, and there's a good chance that that was what was going to be enough to stop that threat at the time. Good job. That'll be done for now, and then we're going to go upstairs. We're going to do a little bit of interviewing. I want to find out what you were thinking when everything was going on.
Awesome.
Cool? Thanks. Anthony, I want to thank you for jumping into the simulator today. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So that kind of went pretty quick, didn't it?
It did. Yeah, quick scenario.
Absolutely. How are you feeling right now?
I feel good. I feel confident. I like the little after action that we had. I think it was very necessary, and I feel good about the scenario.
Absolutely. So you were confident with your actual shot placement and stuff like that?
I am. Yeah, I am.
Okay, great. Tell me a little bit about your background. Like, what kind of experience do you have with firearms and security or anything like that?
Yeah, so growing up, I never really was around firearms too much.
Okay.
Up until recently, I just got out of the Marine Corps. I'm coming up on a year being out, so I did my 4 years in. I was an 0352, which is an anti-tank missileman. So I was definitely around a lot of weapons, high caliber and low caliber, all the way up and down the scale. And I section led for a while there. So in charge of 15 other leathernecks in charge of a bunch of weapons, right? So
fair enough.
You have to be fairly confident on that front. So I'm fairly confident in all any kind of like weapons handling. I'm always ready to like brush up and brush off the old rust, but that's my experience there.
All right. Well, nice. Well, simplify.
Go do it.
All right. How are you feeling? Like, what were you feeling before the scenario started? Were you a little bit afraid that you might embarrass yourself on camera, or maybe you're excited about your action hero type of situation that's about ready to happen? Like, what was going through your brain before you started?
Yeah, I think, everyone wants to always be the hero, but when you have to actually make the decision to be the hero, it always comes with doubts, right? Like, I always worry whenever I'm in that scenario, like, is this the right thing? Am I going to do the right thing? What if he's just pulling out a water bottle really quickly and he's just thirsty, right?
Okay.
That's always the fear, right? Is if you made the correct decision or not.
Okay.
So I think that's where I'm at the beginning, is like just that initial, like, oh no, I hope I do good. I hope I do good. And then once it happens, you have to reassure yourself and think like, I did the best I can.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. That was informative for sure. So Anthony, walk me through a little bit about the beginning of the scenario. Like, where were you? What was the scenario having you do? What was happening?
Yeah. So the scenario started off, it seems like I was just getting out of my car. arriving to what was presumably my beautiful home in a beautiful area, which is new to me. Love it though.
Okay.
And this gentleman appeared around the corner, and he was asking for someone named Bill. He said that there was someone named Bill he was looking for. He couldn't find him, and Bill was supposed to loan him some money. And then he proceeded to ask for that money. A little rude being on someone's property, but not a big deal, right? Never a big deal. If someone's in need. A little concerning that he's there on your own property, and he seems like he's not, obviously not supposed to be there. He wasn't invited. So I think that in my head, it was more so of like, let's take a step back. You're a little close for comfort, right? In my bubble and in my home's bubble.
Okay. What was he coming across menacing? Was he coming across like he was mad at you, or how did you feel? Like, what do you think he was?
Yeah. It's hard to put a pin on what his intention was. Although I wouldn't say that it was necessarily aggressive. He didn't seem like he was mad. He didn't seem like he was coming to cause ill intent. I think that he just was someone looking for help, maybe under some kind of duress, needing that money so quickly. But once he started kind of fidgeting around quickly, it became apparent that the scenario was then going to escalate, or it escalate itself to the next level echelon.
Okay, so what was the exact moment you said, "Oh crap"? Here's that first time that I actually felt threatened or scared.
Yeah, I immediately noticed when his shirt lifted up. You could see the firearm immediately. I mean, it wasn't even like, may have been a phone, may have been that water bottle that he's pulling out. It was definitely a firearm. And I think that, like, prior training to when I was in, I think that you're always kind of just scanning for threats like that, especially in unknown scenarios. And I think that this scenario is a perfect example of like that we should be doing that.
So are you telling me then you think your training has kind of allowed you to be more observant that way?
100%.
Were you like that before you went into the military?
No, I don't think I was. Looking back on it, I think I was a little more lackadaisical with like my surroundings and with the way I carried myself. Right, I want to be the macho man and be like, no, I was always like that. But right. I don't think I was. And I think that this scenario and the range in general is a great place to practice that.
So, Anthony, at that split second when you saw that gun, is that when you truly started to feel like you were in danger?
Yeah, 100%. Okay. I think that the threat level escalated from the moment that the gun was presented.
Okay. And so I noticed you brought the gun up to go and you pulled that trigger, and that you felt like that moment you had to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I felt I was justified as soon as the gun came out of his waistband, and even more especially when it was then presented and pointed at me.
All right. So basically, boom, right? You took the shots. Why? What was it about that moment that it truly made you feel like, I need to pull the trigger?
Yeah, I think that anyone who points a weapon at you like that, a firearm specifically at you, regardless of their demeanor, of what their previous intent may have been, when that situation occurs, you're immediately put in danger. You're immediately in front of what could possibly be a loaded firearm, and your life is at risk. So I think that when the firearm is ever presented at you, you need and should fear for your life and do anything that it takes to protect yourself in that situation.
Okay. Fair enough. That's a good mindset, right? Here at Condition Orange, we want everybody to be aware and stuff and be in that position where when it's time, that you're ready to take that action, and it's good that you've actually had those kind of situations where you've talked about it in your own mind. You said, can I do this? This training is a great example of that, right? So there's a chance You just shot a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance you might have to sit in front of a jury and kind of explain yourself. And, one of the things we need to tell them and try to explain to them is we're 100% sure that we had to shoot. And we have to kind of nail that intent, capability, and opportunity, those elements that you need to have to know that you're justified in shooting. So if you had to tell the jury anything, how would you explain to them that, yes, the bad guy wanted to kill me?
Yeah, so I think if I had to make it a bullet point, right, to make it quick and short and sweet for everyone, I think that before the firearm was presented, I don't think he had bad intent. But I think as soon as that, firearm presents itself, and especially when it's pointed, the intent is to do harm.
And when that weapon was pointed to you, did you feel it? Was there fear in you that you could possibly be harmed?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, all right. Did the bad guy have the ability to cause you harm at the moment that you pulled the trigger?
Oh, most definitely. When the weapon is pointed, regardless if you know if it's loaded or not, you have to assume that it is loaded and that has the ability to cause life-threatening damage or to take your life.
And I know this sounds like a silly question, but was the bad guy in a place that he could follow through with his intent? Was he capable? Did he have the opportunity?
Yes, he seemed like a capable man enough to, and he seemed certainly aware of what he was doing.
Anthony, that's our jury right there. Okay, our audience. Explain to them how shooting was your only option.
Yeah. So I think if I had to put it short and sweet, there was an unknown man that was on my property, asking questions. I then told him that he needed to leave, and he continued to ask for money. After that, he then pulled a firearm out of his waistband and pointed it at me. I think that right there is very clear that the intent was to harm me, whether it be, needing to take the money, needing to get into the house, or he was just under that mental duress. I think that he then made that decision to cause that bodily harm or take that life as soon as the weapon presented itself.
Now, I know this was just a video, right? It's not real. But if it was real, how scared do you think you would have been?
Yeah, I think I'd be terrified. I think that I'll bring back to my point of you never know anyone's intent. And when it escalates to that situation and you have to do something about it, that you always just hope you're in the right. I think that if that was a real scenario, I would have been freaking out. My hands would have been shaking. I would have been tunnel visioned. I would have been, my heart would have been elevated. I would have probably then sought cover. And as soon as the situation died down, definitely have dialed 911 to get further assistance and further help.
Okay. Great advice right there. So looking back in the video, what was the biggest, whoa, I didn't expect that kind of moment?
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect him to draw his weapon. I mean, I thought he was a cool dude. I was about to give him my money. Like, I thought he needed a couple of dollars to get to this gas station. I don't know.
Okay. All right. And honestly, was there any kind of ridiculous or totally random thoughts that popped through your mind during the video?
Yeah, how nice that area was of my house. I was so immersed in it. I just wished that was real. I wish that was my house. And, who knows, in another life, that guy might have been my friend.
Right? Okay. So you wish that was your house. Fair enough. So the big question right now is this something you would do again?
100%. Yeah, I love doing this every time I come over. As much as I wish that was my freaking house and it isn't, and I cry when I go home, I love it.
Great. So you enjoyed the smokeless range?
I do.
It's a great experience, right? Would you be willing to drag friends, family into this thing as well?
Oh yeah. I think this is a good step to going to the actual range. I think that this should be a mandatory step before going to the range.
All right.
To ensure that confidence in firearm handling. I love coming here with my girlfriend, and we always have little freaking shooting competitions to see who's doing better. And
fair enough.
She whips my butt most of the time.
Yeah, I look forward to putting Tay through one of these things. She was kind of funny last time, so I'd love to see her shoot one of these and let my audience see her as well. Right?
Oh yeah.
Now, what is the biggest takeaway that you have right now doing this scenario?
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway is always be aware of your surroundings. Always have that critical thought process going through your head whenever you're engaging upon like a, an encounter like that, something that kind of comes out of the blue. And be ready. Just be ready for anything.
Fair enough. Are you currently a concealed carrier?
I am.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. Well, Anthony, thank you again for hanging out today. I appreciate that. Thank you, and hanging out with me and the Condition Orange crew here. Right, you're a legend for putting yourself through all of this.
I love it.
I appreciate that a lot. I had a blast kind of watching you go through those things, and I've had a blast kind of just going through the fun of making this video. And to everybody watching, Anthony and myself, smash the like button and subscribe button so that you don't miss the next video. If you live in the Denver metro area and you think you could do better than Anthony, then by all means, click the link below and set up a class with me, and we'll bring it right to your home. The smokeless range can be mobile and anywhere you want to go, and we'll come right to your living room and run you through a few of those scenarios, right? So just remember, train safe, train smart, and I can't wait to see you all again real soon. Thank you, Anthony.
Oh, yeah.